It was a typical Wednesday night at the El Capitan Theater, with a packed audience, warm lights, and Kimmel's team preparing for another routine show. Nothing seemed special about the evening until Stallone delivered an unexpected line that would make history. Stallone arrived on time, dressed casually in a navy jacket and black shirt, looking relaxed. The night was meant to be simple: promote Tulsa King and share a funny story. But tension lingered after a recent comment where Stallone called Trump a wrecking ball. The internet reacted, but Stallone didn't back down. Jimmy Kimmel, of course, was ready to bring it up. Kimmel, known for his sharp jabs, saw Stallone's comment as a chance to roast him, especially with politics involved. Backstage, Stallone joked with the crew, but his smile didn't quite reach his eyes. He wasn't nervous, just ready. The show began with Kimmel's usual monologue. Then he introduced Stallone with a playful jab about Trump. The audience laughed and winced as Stallone walked on stage, smiled, and shook Kimmel's hand. Kimmel quickly jabbed, "So, Trump, huh? I guess Rocky took too many hits." The audience laughed, but Stallone remained calm. He responded, "Yeah, maybe, but at least I didn't get slapped on Oscar night and do nothing." The room went silent before erupting in laughter, not just at the line, but at Stallone's delivery. He'd flipped the script, leaving Kimmel stunned. "Okay," Kimmel said, recovering with a forced chuckle. "We're going there tonight." Stallone let the moment linger before leaning in and saying, "I've taken and delivered punches on screen for years. I'm used to people coming at me and getting back up." Stallone's tone was deliberate. "These days, everyone's swinging, but no one stands for anything." Kimmel tried to interrupt, but Stallone calmly responded, "I know you were joking, but maybe that's the problem. Everything's a joke, and no one says anything real." Stallone spoke calmly, not angry but focused. "I'm not a politician, but for 50 years I've played characters who believed in loyalty, courage, and persistence. They weren't perfect, but they meant something." Applause erupted, even from the crew. Kimmel, scrambling, said, "I don't want this to be a TED Talk." Stallone shot back with a sharp half-smile. "Nah, Jimmy, TED Talks are for rehearsed truth. I'm just saying mine." The audience laughed, not because it was scripted, but because it felt real. Stallone wasn't performing. He was speaking, and people listened. Kimmel, losing control, tried to shift back to safer topics, mentioning Tulsa King. Stallone shot back, "You mean for a guy who's 77 and more flexible than your writers?" Laughter followed. Stallone's jab was clean, clever, and sharp. Kimmel admitted, "I walked right into that." Stallone replied, "Happens to a lot of people." His rhythm was like in the ring, calm, collected, and dangerously effective. Stallone leaned back, took a sip of water, and said, "You can joke about Rocky, but he didn't quit. That's why people still care." The audience applauded, genuinely moved. This wasn't just another interview. Stallone had turned the talk show into something deeper, with every word carrying weight.